A recent FedEx survey finds porch thefts are on the rise in Canada. More acts of porch piracy are being caught on video. Provincial police are urging Quebecers to not post those clips online.
You cannot post the images yourself because and posting that picture could be a violation of private life.
So in this video, a police officer in Canada said that if you record somebody stealing from your porch, if you record a porch pirate and post it, it could be against the law. Now, is he correct? First of all, I'm going to play clips of what he said, and then we're going to go through the actual law itself.
And as more people install porch security cameras, more acts of porch piracy are being caught on video. Provincial police are urging Quebecers to not post those clips online because they say there could be a case for defamation.
You cannot post the images yourself because you have to remember that in Canada we have a presumption of innocence, and posting that picture could be a violation of private life.
Instead, he says if anything is stolen, call 911.
If you get some proof that somebody might have stolen something, then call the police, give the proof to the police, and then we'll do the investigation. We'll bring that person to justice and we'll file some charges.
Now you've heard what the police officer had to say about people who record video of porch pirates who come onto their property and the homeowner posts that video online. Well, I actually disagree with what the police officer said, and I'll tell you why. I'm going to go through the laws and then tell you my opinion on this, and it's only an opinion, not legal advice. So the overarching law in Canada is the Canadian Constitution, and the Charter of Right and Freedom specifically says everyone has the following fundamental freedoms: the freedom of conscience and religion, freedom of thought, belief, opinion, expression, including freedom of the press and other media of communication. Again, they have freedom of thought, belief, opinion, expression, including freedom of the press and other media of communication. This section of the Constitution would protect an individual who records something outside, which essentially, if you're recording outside of your house, assuming it is off the bounds of your territory, that's public, so you're recording in the public, and you're also recording a private section of your house, which the homeowner would have the right to record because obviously it's their house. And if they do so, if this section of the Charter of Rights and Freedom was tested in court, I believe it would protect the homeowner in that instance. In addition to that, the officer said something which is crucially important. He said that a person who records the porch pirate and posts it could be subject to defamation laws. What some people may not know is that Canada actually has criminal defamation laws. So a person could be arrested for defamation. It's not simply a civil claim. But what a person should understand is that that officer who spoke was actually based in Quebec. Quebec is a territory of Canada whereby the law there is what is called the civil system of law, which is very different from common law. Common law is what you have in America, Canada, England, etc., whereby precedents are set when a court has a decision that decision is supposed to be followed. So even though that occurred in Quebec, the Canadian Criminal Code still applies in Quebec, applies in Ontario, applies all across Canada. And in order for a person to be guilty of defamation in the criminal code context, they would have to, under section 298, they would have to violate that section, which says a defamatory libel is a matter published without lawful justification or excuse that is likely to injure the reputation of any person by exposing him to hatred, contempt, or ridicule, or that is designed to insult the person or of concerning whom it is published. What does this mean in plain English? It means that the libel, which is effectively the lie, has to be something that's going to affect the reputation of an individual. Could it prevent them getting a job? Could it cause them great shame or to be ostracized from the community? Could it trigger a police investigation? That kind of lie is something that would fall under the criminal code for libel. However, the problem is that only certain types of false statements are going to be prosecuted under this section, and it has to be published. So it could be published on a website, published in a newspaper, etc. It would have to be published. But there is an exception, and the exception is that if the statement you make is true, there is no criminal libel. There is no criminal libel. And if you have reasonable grounds to believe it's true, you can or will also not be charged under this section specifically. For example, section 309 of the Criminal Code states that no person shall be deemed to publish a defamatory libel by reason only that he publishes defamatory matter that on reasonable ground he believes to be true and is relevant to any subject of public interest. Another section states that no person shall be deemed to publish a defamatory libel when he proves that the publication of the defamatory matter in the manner in which it was published was for the public benefit when it was published, and that the matter itself was true. So it appears here that truth is certainly a defense to defamation. Now, even in the civil libel context in Ontario and even in Quebec, you have to be publishing something that will injure a person's character, but truth is typically a defense to defamation. So if a homeowner is recording somebody stealing a package and they post it online, they have posted a person stealing a package online, that is not going to violate the criminal defamation statute and even the civil defamation statute. Now, as far as data privacy laws are concerned, speaking of where the police officer was, which was Quebec, the data privacy laws there concern businesses processing data. But a homeowner that is simply recording a person committing a crime on that homeowner's property is not in the context of a business processing data. So I say all of that to say this: I don't know what on earth that police officer was talking about, and this is another issue with police. Sometimes they don't have any understanding of law whatsoever, and this tears at the fabric of the criminal justice system when the person who is the judge, jury, and unfortunately sometimes the executioner, as we have seen in several different instances in the past, several shameful episodes in the past, the police officer has the power to do great good, but also the power to do harm. And if they're not equipped with an understanding of the law, that can cause a lot of issues. Imagine if a homeowner had recorded somebody on their porch stealing something, posted it, and then there was an investigation because they had posted that video. What would that do to that homeowner's life? That's why it's important for the police officers to understand the law that they're trying to uphold. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.